there is a way now for anyone to distribute their career, their talent in a way that, probably the relevant audience size, will naturally gravitate towards. And I guess, for those special people, for those talented people, if you were to give one piece of advice, to the guys listening, to the girls watching, who've got who've got a talent or a dream that they want to fulfill, what would that be?
It would be do it. Whatever it is you want. And the great thing about do it and get the world to see you're doing it. And that's the great thing about YouTube and TikTok and Instagram Reels. You can film yourself doing what you do. So if you put it out there, you never know who's going to see it. I have a classic example. The biggest record in the world this year is represented and owned by me. And it's a song called The Wellerman, which is a sea shanty by an amazing Scottish guy called Nathan Evans, who was a postman at the beginning of the year. And he used to sing the songs and put them and upload them to TikTok. And he'd been doing it for 6 months. And then he uploaded this particular song, The Wellerman, and the world fell in love with it. It's now past 2 billion streams. Him and his wife are very happy, successful, wealthy people. He travels the world doing what he loves, his music. But it started because he went out there and he put his music on TikTok and people heard it. When I first started in the industry, you were allowed to posting a demo cassette to an A&R man in London and hoping he listened to it. You didn't have what you have now in terms of YouTube and all the social media where you can take what you do and give it to the world. The downside of that, of course, is so many are doing that it's a very crowded marketplace with literally billions of people putting songs out there every year. But you've got a chance, and if you're totally unknown, who knows where that journey might go?
Yeah, I mean, yes. There's, I guess, there's millions of people out there, so you can get lost in a sea. But I guess, in most of these situations, the kind of the democratization of it means that that one way or another that cream will normally rise to the top, and you will be found. I mean, it's interesting you bring this point up because yeah, I mean, when I've worked with PR people or management style people over the years, if I look back, 5, 6, 7 years, whenever we'd start a relationship, they'd always say to me, well, if we've worked together for 12 months or 24 months, what could we say success looks like? And the answer would always be something like, well, to be a guest on that TV show or to be in that magazine or whatever that may be. And what I guess what you invariably find as the time goes on is, you don't achieve that target because it is almost, a 1 in a million or probably a worse than a 1 in a million stat of it happening. But, I guess, like where these podcasts have come from, and where so many people's successes come from now, we've got an unprecedented ability to distribute what we want to distribute, and rather than sitting there waiting, hoping that magazine will print your story, that newspaper will interview you, that TV channel will do something with you because your face happens to be the right face on the right day for the right thing. I mean, you can put anything you want out there, and ultimately you will find an audience. It might not be the tens of millions of people you want. It could be the tens of people or the hundreds of people, but that there is a way now for anyone to distribute their career, their talent in a way that probably the relevant audience size will naturally gravitate towards.